Hello everyone, welcome back to our gardening channel here in Zone 7, Canyon, Texas. We are located up here, way up north in the Texas Panhandle. So today is March 19th, and as you can see, I am surrounded by blooming and fruiting plants inside of our amazing greenhouse. So outside right now, it is early spring. So this time of the year is the most critical time of the year for any type of fruit growers or berry growers. And that is especially because of our frequent late spring freezes. So each and every year, guys, it never fails that we get multiple freezes here in mid-March all the way till the end of April, and sometime even early May. Okay, there is a saying here in Amarillo area that you should not plant until after Mother's Day, or when our mesquite trees start to leaf out. And those sayings are pretty much true to this area. So on today's video, I just really want to take the time and talk to you guys about the critical temperatures for blooming blueberries, especially for blueberries in containers, what I have learned throughout the years, and show you guys what temperature can really damage your blossom, okay? Which in turn leads to no fruits or less fruit. All right, guys, so I hope you stick around. If you haven't already, please consider to subscribe. My name is Nat, and welcome to our gardening channel in our backyard. Okay, guys, so tonight we are forecasted with a low of 27 to 29 degrees Fahrenheit here in our location. And as you can see here, I got a few of my blueberry plants in container that I really want to protect just in case we get down much lower. So I really want to take this opportunity to talk about the critical temperature for blueberries, okay? For when they are leafing out and starting to swell up and to turn into blueberry blossom. Okay, guys, this is very critical. Okay, so I really hope my information will be of use for you guys, because we have spent the majority of last year in caring, watering, and fertilizing our blueberries. All of that hard work for anticipation of our harvest this year depends on these type of information that I'm about to present you guys, okay? So do not slack, okay? Be wary of your temperature, what can be damaging to your blueberries in containers, and how safe it can be, or whether you can sleep easy or not. Okay, guys, but it is hard work, but it must be done if you want a bountiful harvest of blueberries for your kids and your family and for yourself to enjoy. First, let's talk about the dormant blueberry buds, okay? The flower buds that are still pretty much unopened and very close, okay? I hope the camera can pick it up right here for you guys. But these larger buds, which in turn will turn into flowers and blueberries, when they are fully closed, okay, completely dormant, they can withstand temperature down to negative 10, 15, or even more. Okay, guys, they're in a sleep hibernating mode, and as long as there's moisture and protection from the roots, those dormant buds can take quite an extreme cold temperature, okay? But of course, here we are in early spring with warmer temperature. They are all slowly breaking its dormancy. So now let me show you guys the next stage for when they start to bud break, okay? So this is when they are slowly swelling up, and you can tell easily by the way they expand. Okay, so let me find one here. This is a good example right here, guys. So let me see, making sure the camera can pick it up. Okay, I hope you guys can see that real fast. Okay, so as you can see, they are slightly green and they are swelling up much plumber. Okay, so this is the bud break stage, and at this stage you can feel confident leaving it outside. Okay, guys, be very confident, because at this stage, when they are just barely swelling up and slightly swell up, they can withstand temperature down to 10-ish degrees, and perhaps even a little bit under that. Okay, but to be safe, when it is 10 degrees, I would leave it outside unprotected. But if it's, let's say, 5, 6, 8 degrees, then do give it some type of protection or bring it inside. Okay, but these bud swell can withstand 10 to 15 degrees. Okay, guys, now after the bud swell, what's next? Okay, let me bring this one here for you guys. Here we go. This should be a good example of what to come. Okay, after, well, let me find a lighter one. This container is heavy. Okay, so this right here is a good example of what is next after your bud is breaking and swelling up. Okay, so you can see here, these little drupelets are basically called tight cluster. Okay, they are slowly expanding out much further than the dormant stage and swelling stage. So at this stage, they will slowly form little clusters of flowers. If I see these tight clusters, okay, guys, I will definitely give them some type of protection or bring them inside when I see temperature in the low 20s. Okay, anything that is near 20 degrees, I don't want to take a chance with it, but they should be okay. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, so what is the next stage after the tight cluster? And here I got an example, and hopefully the camera can pick it up. I really wish I have a camera man or woman to hold the camera for me right now, but as you can see, the tight cluster are starting to expand into individual enclosed flower petals. So this stage is early pink. Okay, guys. Okay, they are showing the pink end and they are starting to take shape, and in a few more days they will basically turn into late pink. Okay, so early to late pink is when they form individual flowers that are still fully enclosed with a pinkish hue, reddish orange color. And at this stage, they are cohorted down to 24-ish, 23-ish to 27 degrees. Okay, guys, so yes, based on our temperature tonight down to 29, 27, these guys will be able to survive it quite well. But once again, they are inside here for a reason. I don't want to take the chance that 27, 29 degrees forecast can go down to 25. And when they are at this stage, okay, late pink, early pink, those are the temperature where it is very risky at 25, 26 degrees. Okay, they can tolerate it, they can survive it, but to be safe. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, I went ahead and grabbed the camera so I can show you guys this next critical stage of our blooming blueberries. Okay, so here I got my very delicious and most favorite variety, one of the top 5, the pink lemonade blueberries, and it is fruiting and flowering completely in this greenhouse. So hopefully the camera can pick it up quite well. Okay, I might have to zoom in, but let me see. Okay, as you can see here on my thumb, you can see a few left of these narrow late pink blueberry blossom. Okay, so those are the ones that can withstand down to 25, 26-ish degrees. Okay, and perhaps even a little bit lower. So what's next is the blooming mode, when they are starting to open its flower petal. Okay, so at this stage it is not considered full bloom. They are still tightly closed, but there is an opening on the end. Okay guys, so these are what it looked like. Okay, so the critical temperature for this early blooming blueberry flowers, they can withstand temperature down to 28-ish, 29, 28 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, guys. Okay, if you cannot bring it inside, then no, anything lower than 28, 27 degrees will be very damaging to this part of its blooming stages. Okay, from my experience, if they are beginning to show any sign of opening on their flower petals, I will definitely give it some form of protection, because you will lose at least half of your crop if you don't. Okay, the temperature say they can withstand down to 28, 29, 30 degrees, but at that stage you really don't want to risk it. Okay, as a container growing, you should bring it somewhere to withstand and be safe from that freezing temperature. So after the early bloom, they basically becomes fully blooming flowers. Okay, and what that is, let me see if I can show you guys an example. Well, it is all the way in here, but let me flip the camera around and show you guys what a fully bloom blueberry flowers would look like. Okay, so here it is. As you can see, it is just what the name mentioned, fully open all the way, and at this stage they are getting pollinated by the bees or the wind, and they will turn into blueberries once they get pollinated. Okay, so at that fully opening stage to these little blueberries that are forming, okay, and to when they become small blueberries or even medium-sized blueberries, the critical temperature all pretty much remain the same. Okay, any temperature below freezing will wipe them completely off the face of the earth, guys. Okay guys, so here it is. I got the majority of our at-risk blueberry plants in containers inside, warm and cozy for our forecasted 28, 27, 29 degrees Fahrenheit temperature tonight. This is something that I will have to do frequently until the end of April, and I'm just very accustomed to it. And I really hope this video can be of help for you guys to know what the critical temperature stages for the different stages of our blueberries flowers are. Okay guys, so use some common sense, and if you don't want to take any chance, you see freezing temperature, give it some form of protection. But if you don't, and you are busy, you're on a work trip or outside of your garden, then hopefully, as long as your blueberries are not at full blossom, fully open and start to form those berries, rest easy if then even if the temperature get down to 28, 29, 30 degrees, okay guys, they will really suffer only when they are starting to open their flowers petals completely. Okay, that is when any temperature below freezing will be detrimental to their fruit production. So thank you again guys for watching. Signing out. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys on the next video, and there will be much more video coming soon. Peace. Grow what you love to eat.